Hello, my name is Marcus. Accompanying me in our presentation today is Bashar and Ravi. We are here today to talk a little bit about augmented reality, or AR for short. The focus of this presentation is going to be the past, present, and future possibilities of this wonderful technology. Intrinsic to the history of augmented reality comes the understanding of two very popular concepts. They are virtual reality and mediated reality. Currently, augmented reality has been implemented in many different ways. We will be giving one or two examples of each of the following implementations. To augment everyday applications to be more efficient and user-friendly, augmented reality as a business solution, and augmented reality in gaming. Finally, we will outline just a few AR components that have been or are being developed currently. With these developments outlined, we aim to illustrate a couple very possible futures for this technology. We hope you enjoy our presentation.
The first conceptual seed of augmented reality is virtual reality, or VR for short, developed in the early to late 80s and the more popular of two concepts, pioneered by computer scientist named Jean Lanier. Virtual reality is defined as a realistic simulation of an environment, including three-dimensional graphics, by a computer system using interactive software and hardware. Virtual reality cuts the user off from the outside world. They become immersed in the virtual world. Shortly after the development of virtual reality, Steve Mann, a tenured professor at the University of Toronto and one of the leading contributors to the development of augmented reality, developed the concept of mediated reality. Mediated reality is a technological process by which the WearComp user can mediate all visual input and output. Mediation includes overlaying virtual objects on real life and taking away or otherwise visually altering objects. The WearComp is a wearable computer that allows the user to be free to roam through the world and around them with no restrictions or constraints, regularly associated with computers of the time. Mediated reality is a stepping stone between virtual reality and augmented reality. Mediated reality, unlike virtual reality, does not cut the user off from the world around them, and even gives them the limited interaction with their surroundings, giving them the ability to mediate their own reality to others. This concept is illustrated nicely with the text you can see on the screen right now. These words aren't really here floating next to me. I have mediated my reality in order to better serve you as the user to understand this concept. Augmented reality is an enhanced image or environment as viewed on a screen or other display, produced by overlaying computer-generated images, sounds, or other data on a real-world environment. As you can see, it is hard to distinguish between augmented reality and mediated reality. A good way of understanding it is that augmented reality is an innovation of mediated reality. Augmented reality as a concept involves a connection to the outline world, being able to interact with other people included in your reality, and also have them interact with you. To achieve this, a couple of methods are generally used. Number 1, incorporating databases to store overlay information. Number 2, storing overlay information locally across multiple devices that can communicate with one another. In the next section, we'll be touching on how augmented reality developers have used these methods to create a few augmented reality systems with different form factors.
The easiest form factor to develop on is the smartphone form factor. Smartphones are increasingly more common among consumers and generally have all the hardware needed, since anyone with a smartphone can become a part of augmented reality. It is a very appealing form factor to develop a new technology on. SkyGuide, developed by Fifth Star Labs, is an augmented reality astrology app that allows the user to stargaze from anywhere with details, capturing the sky with your camera and interpreting GPS data. SkyGuide projects constellation over the sky on your display. Innovating and existing applications to have a capacity for AR is a very attractive idea that a few companies have done. Bing Map, Microsoft mapping technology, has done an excellent job implementing this concept, available as a client and a smartphone app. Using geo-registered imagery from Flickr and synthesis it with Street View imagery seen here. Photos taken at different point in time can be overlaid to the perspective of original shot with extreme accuracy. This feature can also be accessed in real time via the smartphone form factor. From any point in the world, you can also broadcast a live feed that can be seen by people looking in the same location on the client, overlaying a real environment over a virtual one. Bing Map also offered its own version of Sky Guide through their client and app. Orozama, a company in the UK, has developed a way to implement AR as a viable business solution for any size business. Their self-titled for AR application for mobile device is designed to be user-friendly, using very easy-to-use tools. Capture your trigger with your phone camera. A trigger is an image for the application to recognize. For example, a newspaper, graphic or picture. The app creates marker or point of reference virtually on the image so it can track the trigger if it were to move at all. This could be a video you recorded to go with your picture or a news report to accompany the newspaper graphic. The overlay is paired with your trigger and saved to Orozama's database. The user has just created an aura. The aura can be seen by any user given file permission to it through privacy filter and security setting. All the user has to do is capture the trigger image. Orozama works perfectly as DI business solution. They have a YouTube account that showcases several of the auras that are now available. The YouTube page also features tutorial for their client software for creating auras with great deals involved. This makes it easy for a small business to create auras to advertising their product on their own for free. Gaming with AR systems is still limited. However, there is a market for it that is growing. The Nintendo 3DS and Sony's PlayStation Vita both facilitate AR. Both handheld device is portable, capable of achieving AR anywhere. However, the games that do feature AR, few and far between. The 3DS comes equipped with built-in 3D camera and display and includes 6 AR cards, a collection of mini-games. AR games offer a wide range of fun arcade-style games projected over the physical environment in front of you via the camera and display. These cards are triggered to different overlays to promote the AR systems on board. They extrapolate your orientation around the card with gyroscope, motion sensor and the card itself, challenging the player to orient themselves around the card from different angles to achieve goals in the particular game. Sony also have a version of AR games. It comes with server cards in order to create real-world puzzles or other mini-games with different objects that can be manipulated to achieve specific goals. Sony also boasts of markerless AR, the technology to achieve augmented reality without the use of triggers. The objects can interact with the environment that your Vita is capturing. All of these applications we just talked about important to the continuous development of augmented reality. With further evaluation of this concept comes the possibilities for newer, more groundbreaking form factors developed thus far and a few that are still in development. It will also suggest a few very interesting possibilities for this technology's future. One that is possible today, although very ambitious and hardware intensive. The other a powerful concept by which components are currently in development.
Google Glass is a self-contained AR system. It is not yet accessible to the general public. As you can see, it is a headset that appears to fit comfortably and looks sleek. It has a camera, earpiece, microphone, and crystal glass display that sits in the user's field of view. It can connect to data networks and register your voice commands. Using these commands, the wearer can capture picture and record video, send and receive SMS and MMS, perform internet searches, and much more. Glass is a very attractive AR system with a lot of room to grow. They can only be obtained by request to Google, When one becomes free, you are given the option to purchase. The first interesting possibility of AR is a real-life FPS, or first-person shooter game, incorporating your surroundings as the map. The first component to note is Occipital's structure sensor. This is a single-piece, three-dimensional scanner that is completely open source. It can record the world around you with laser precision. In seconds, it can give you the dimensions of a room or object. It has a couple built-in cameras and features a laser array that computes distance of the beams to the color spectrum. With this technique, the structure is able to produce a subject with a fully three-dimensional understanding. Able to produce accurate digital models on the spot, the structure comes loaded with applications on it, including do-it-yourself augmented reality games. Seen here, paired with the Oculus Rift, Sony's virtual reality display, capable of high-def quality pictures and immersing someone visually in another reality, the two make an AR system that can't be matched today. The structure sensor's power to rationalize the real world on a three-dimensional level that advanced, and the high-def display the Rift gives you creates a truly impressive visual experience. This system could digitally project walls or barriers anywhere on your environment. You and your friends could create maps together, overlay them over your environment, and then have virtually bloody battles throughout them. The potential to take someone fully out of the reality while still having them interact with it is possible as well. Similar to the way that the game could project digital barriers and walls that players can't see through, it can make it so that no one else in the reality can see a specific player, creating the illusion of what is commonly referred to in the FPS community as active camouflage. The best part of the concept is that even if someone is perceived as invisible in the game, the other players would be able to hear the invisible player moving around the physical environments at the same time. The last component we are going to talk about today is Virtual Retinal Display, or VRD. The VRD is a personal display device under development at the University of Washington's Human Interface Technology Laboratory. With this technology, a display is scanned directly onto the retina of a viewer's eyes. The viewer sees what appears to be a conventional display floating in space in front of them. The following clips are taken from a short film titled Sight by Aaron May Raz and Daniel Lazo. It does an excellent job illustrating what popular science fiction believes AR will become. An AR system implemented on a global scale. An augmented world where everyone wears a futuristic version of the VRD. Imagine being able to go through your entire wardrobe without having to try on a single article of clothing. Meeting someone in real life and being able to access all of their social networking information while having a conversation with them. Being able to order food and drink to your table or pay your check with the blink of an eye. The potential for truly immersive games anywhere you are. Entire media centers composed completely from digital projections on a blank wall. Never needing to touch a keyboard ever again. The possibilities are endless.
We hope that you've learned a lot about augmented reality, where it came from, and its many practical applications. Hopefully we also managed to spark your imagination to the limitless potential of developing tech. If these future possibilities are going to come to fruition, then it's going to be our generation that make those developments. Thank you for your time, and we hope that you enjoyed our presentation.